Well, good evening, my little bowls of curry sauce. How I would dearly love to dip my battered sausage into you. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to Friday Night Live with a drop napkin, which is, of course, the first. Bollocks. Bollocks. Bugger it. Aha! Which is, of course, the first of this week's two short but sweet offerings, where we are here for but 30 minutes plus a little BAT on this occasion as we wave away Friday and we welcome in Saturday and the weekend and all of the anticipation of joy that will, no doubt, I have absolutely no doubt, bring. And we will be doing so in the company of our perennial and permanent pals, our matching pair of his and hers, highly powered hedgehogs of truth. Deploy their powers with wisdom and restraint, if you don't mind. I'm delighted to announce the triumphant return of the Netty Petty Pisspot, who's getting a double Mr. Tickle tonight. However, Toot Tentington will not be joining us. Sean's box is present and correct, has assumed the pounding position and is ready for a damned good scene too. And we've got the community portable electronic telephonic device, which you probably won't have time to do anything with tonight, but it's there and you never know. Right. It is 33 minutes past 1:00, so I think it's time I got a bit of the old cold, dry, white stuff down my little red lane, isn't it? And I'm sure you'd agree with that. So cheers, darlings. Your very good health. Bottoms up if you're lucky, lads. Up yours if you're not careful, ladies. Don't be taken unawares. Keep your hand on the eight. Keep your wits about. Yeah. And above all, with... Actually, what is coming out of my nostrils tonight? Uncertainty cascading down my nostrils tonight. But a quiet triumphalism trumpeting out of my rearward-facing back bottom. Get stuffed. Thank you so much. Here we go. Oh, that's good. That's good. Right, get my goggles. Oh, I didn't take them tonight. They were here all along. Right, food news, darlings. Today I had a brunch. I had 3 hash browns, 2 sausages, 2 rashers of bacon, 3 fried eggs, but only the yellow bit, not the white bit, baked beans, and half a tomato. And it was so good. It was so good. And I had that at brunch time. Then it was nil by mouth until the staff snack, which came in at about 5:30 tonight. And then nil by mouth again until supper, which will be staff curry. I had a comment. I've had a lot of comments on that video today. Very, very helpful, because now I know unequivocally that I'm a total, absolute, raving fucking idiot if I don't stay here until the bailiffs kick me out. And I also know that I'm an absolute, stupid, heartless fucking idiot if I don't immediately leave. So you can't win, can you? You can't win. But somebody said that the reason I was poor is because I have a takeaway every day. Okay, now, do people really think I pay for the food from the restaurant? I mean, it might be a takeaway in the sense that I take it away from the restaurant, but I don't bloody pay for it. God's sake. Oh, and apparently I've got millions of cars. 2. I've got 2 cars, which is the minimum requirement when you run old bangers that you rely on. So you hope that one of them will be working at any one time. Honestly, some of the comments today. Oh, I've had a right little chortle at them. Some of them have been lovely, and some have been kind of a bit tough love, but very helpful. Oh, excuse me. Honestly, you can't. You have to kind of take the comments sometimes with a pinch of salt, because there's such a dichotomy between them. Because everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's opinion is, of course, correct in their own eyes, and they will try and be very persuasive. So, you know, two comments next to each other. You couldn't make this up. Something along the lines of, you've got a beautiful caravan, just move into it and stop fucking about. And then the next comment was, living in a caravan is barely a step up from sleeping in a bus shelter. I totally understand why you need bricks and mortar in your life. Don't live in the caravan. I think, my God almighty. Honestly, anyway. Yeah, food has been good today. So yeah, staff supper, staff curry for supper, of course. I've got got a decent stock tonight. 3 goodly portions. It's only soup. There's no meat or anything in there. It's only the soup. But 3 goodly portions of soup, which I will turn into 4, possibly 5 actual portions of curry. What's this one? Oh, here we go, another one. What was the point of buying the caravan? Do you know what? I'm going to make a video where I just reply to these comments. The very idea of screwing the landlord over is just disgusting. The fact that some support this in the other comments says a lot about their morals too. You're all whack. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my God. Oh, Boaty, you are very brave. Boaty, you're a wanker. Boaty, we enjoy your daily diaries. Boaty, stop talking. God. Make sure you listen to the council, lady. Don't listen to the council. Oh, honestly. Right, what we got here? Oh, we have got, have we? We've got a voice note. Jolly good.
Hey, Boaty, I hope you are well. It's an early one again from me tonight. Could you please do me the honour of pounding Sean's box? And also, could you please pound the Netty Petty Piss Pot, as it's there for a double pounding?
Yeah.
Please, and thank you.
Oh, she's wonderfully polite, isn't she? Well, we haven't done this for a while, have we? Welcome back, Netty Petty Piss Pot. Oh, you Netty Petty Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss Pot, we love you. Oh, you Netty Petty Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss Pot, we love you. Oh, you Netty Petty Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss Pot, poo. Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss Pot, our lovely Piss Pot friend. Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss Pot, our lovely Piss Pot friend. Netty Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss Pot, lovely Piss Pot, Netty Petty Piss. Whew. Hello, Netty Pisspot. Welcome back to the doings. It's a double Mr. Tickle, 1 and 2. In they pop. Netty Pisspots, Netty Petty Pisspots. Little hat goes back on, and we turn our attentions to Sean's box. Well, Puss call, of course. £1, 3, 2, 1. Stuck. Gone. They're putting up a bit, well, Sean's box is putting up a bit of a struggle, but not much. Still giving in. Right. Was the restaurant busy? Yes, the restaurant was indeed busy tonight. Yeah, busy all night, but plenty of staff. Jyoti was there. I always love it when Jyoti was there, when Jyoti's there. So it's been all good. We've got a new girl as well. So yeah, busy night. Cousin Helen is with us. Good evening. I'm not going all the way back to the beginning. Not on a short but sweet. We haven't got time, darlings. I'm just going to have a flick through the most recent comments. Yep. The internet is a portal to insanity. Well, yes, Daydreamer. You need to wait for the bailiffs if you want to be declared homeless for council housing. If you leave of your own volition before eviction, you are not homeless. Well, yes, quite. But then if I do that, I'm also a complete bastard, apparently. How many cars are a fleet? I don't know. I've only got 2. Just get your deposit back and call it quits. I'm not worried about the deposit. I'm not worried about the deposit. That was 11 years ago. Oh, Mark Passad, good evening to you. Steak sandwich, fried onions and Dijon mustard. Wonderful. Right, food news for tomorrow. It's going to be exactly the same as today. I'm going to have another brunch. Oh, that reminds me, I must take sausages out of the freezer. I'm going to have another brunch. There'll be another staff snack that we have on a Friday and Saturday. And then it'll be staff curry tomorrow night. Now, what I can tell you is I've been to the pitch today. I've been in ROGERBOTTY and NETTY. And that was nice. Oh, what was that one? There was a comment then. Anyway, there we go. Somewhere around here. Oh, Paula, good evening, good evening, good evening. Matron, hello. Is it true Boaty starred in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly? I love that film. I love that film. I loved all of them. Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. My favourite was... I've forgotten which one it was. I know which one it was. And that one was my favourite of the 3. And it wasn't The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. It was one of the other 2. But I can't remember which one was the title. It was the one where Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef were both bounty hunters. And they had that shoot-off in the gully. My mum had a thing for Lee Van Cleef. And as I grew older, I could see why. Ladies. Feature number 1. Ladies, or some of you chaps, possibly, I don't know. Pick one for a night of, a romantic interlude. Who would you rather have a romantic interlude with when they were at their peak? Clint Eastwood or Lee Van Cleef? There you go. Oh, and gentlemen, I don't want to leave you out. Gentlemen, who would you most like to have had a romantic interlude with? Oh, no. Yeah. Go on, I'll give you Zoe Ball or Michaela Strachan. There you go. That's feature number 2C. Right, in other news, I learned today, I was today years old when I found out that Lisa Tarbuck, 1, is a dirty smoker, boo, hiss, shame, and 2, has quit her Radio 2 gig. And that's it. That's a sad day because that's Radio 2 finished for me. Absolutely finished for me. I will probably never listen to Radio 2 again. Now, this was my Radio 2 journey. 3, 2, 1. Now, like all right-thinking people, I used to listen to Wake Up to Wogan. Of course I did. Why would you not? It was one of the best things ever to have existed in the universe. And then I would listen to Ken Bruce. Why would you not? It was very good. Popmaster. Why would you not do that? And then, of course, you turned off because then Jeremy Vine came on, that bloody fatuous, imbecilic. Oh, my God. I'll never forget. I put this on Facebook. This is genuinely a thing. It's true. He was talking to one of his caller-inners, and they said that they'd lost an eye. And he said, yeah, so I lost one of my eyes. I lost my right eye, Jeremy. And Jeremy said, oh, you lost your eye, so you've just got the one now then. I thought, fuck off. For fuck's sake, this is fucking hell. You've just got the one now then. Yeah. Amazingly, Jeremy, well done. Amazingly, if somebody loses an eye, chances are they've just got the one left. You know, unless they'd already lost an eye, and you would think they would mention it, or they were a cyclops, and you would think they'd mention that. Fucking hell. So, you know, you couldn't watch Jeremy Vine. You couldn't listen to Jeremy Vine. Of course you couldn't. You're decent, sentient human beings. So you went away from Radio 2 then, didn't you? You did whatever. Had lunch, did some work. But then, of course, you were tuned back in at 2 o'clock. Oh, has somebody done a nice thing? Who's done a nice thing? Oh, Mick Billy, God bless you, kind sir. Oh, that is very much appreciated. We will interrupt my Radio 2 doings because somebody has done an exceedingly nice thing. They have gifted no fewer than 5 of the King's channel memberships. And oh my God. And thank you so much, Mick Billy. That is massively, massively appreciated. Thank you so much. And the memberships have gone too. Okay, this one's a bit of a dodgy name. Klaus Anal Schwab. Sorry. I can't say it again, I'll lose it. Welcome to channel membership. I think I'll just call you Klaus for now. Oh dear. Oh, hang on. What's this latest insanity to come in on? It's another comment on the video. They're like road traffic accidents. You can't help but look. Boaty, you probably won't get a property as a static is a home. Boaty, you probs won't get a property as a static is a home as and an asset. Well, you might be right. Oh, that's Poppy's Travels. That's one of us. But I haven't got a static. Do you know what I mean? The comments are insane. I haven't got a... Oh, God. What can you do? What can you do? Anyway, let's welcome some more channel members. Thanks to the kindness of Mick Billy, and I am exceedingly grateful. That will... Oh, yeah. So we've welcomed Klaus. We also welcome Beastly RBLX, Phased Out. Oh, Dan Peters. Oh, that's wonderful. And Emma Bakes Cakes. Oh, that is fabulous. Because, oh, thank you so much. And lovely to welcome back some previous channel member names. Yeah, that did kind of break me a bit. Jesus, the Almighty One, is amongst us. Good evening, Jesus. Boaty is a con artist. He's fooling you all. He's selling you a pack of lies. It's what he does, and then he moves on. Where do I move on to? And where did I last move on from? Jesus. You are, of course, all seeing. Oh, and I don't want to be rude. Thank you very much for dying for our sins. Awfully decent of you. I hope it wasn't too dreadfully inconvenient. I mean, I'm sure it was. And well done on that resurrection thing. I would offer you an Easter egg, but I haven't laid mine in yet this year. But thank you for being with us. And of course, sharing your wisdom. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Son of God, if you happen to believe in that God. And as a minister of the church, I believe firmly in God, just not that one. Because you'll encounter the odd false prophet if you're not careful, darlings. Anyway, I was talking about Radio 2, wasn't I? So, thank you again, McBilly. That's really kind of very much appreciated. And welcome to the 5 most recent channel members. Hope you love seeing your names in green. So, the decent person would wake up to Wogan. Now, if you're going to listen to the radio before Wake Up to Wogan, you're Radio 4. You're farming today. And I'm sure you would all agree with me. Wake Up to Wogan, Ken Bruce, then go away, do something else. Come back for Steve Wright in the afternoon. Obviously, we're not idiots, are we? And then, what was 5 o'clock? I've forgotten what 5, somebody will tell me in the comments. Did somebody say bog off Jesus? Did somebody actually say that? No. Oh my God. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, come on. We've just experienced the second coming on our live stream, and Jen's not even here. You'd think she'd be around for the second coming, wouldn't you? And somebody's told him to fuck off. Forgive us, O Lord. Forgive them, Lord. They know not what they do. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm in with the big man upstairs. Trust me. That Christian God chap, don't worry. He's not gonna send you to hell. My guy's the real guy, and he's got your back. And if you believe that, actually, I genuinely do believe that because it suits me. No, you don't. That would be a good stream title. Bug off Jesus. Oh, Carl, I'm going to miss the table. But there is no guarantee that the table will be missed. You know, we've got possibilities. I've got 2 months to sort something. And, you know, I might shift my ass and sort something. The table might live on in another location. You never know. You never know. I only got the bloody Section 21 yesterday. Admittedly, I've known about it for 6 months and really should be fully prepared, but I'm crap. I leave things until the last minute. I leave everything until the last minute. I'm always running late. I did my dissertation the night before it was due or something ridiculous like that. I didn't do any study for any of my A-levels. I've told you this before. I got a right bollocking for getting a grade A in my English literature A-level. Because, oh no, it wasn't in the A-level itself. Tell a lie, it was in the mock. It was in a mock or a previous one, because that was one that Mrs. Freeman marked, who was my teacher at the time. And she gave me, I did get an A in the A level as well, but she gave me an A and made me stay behind after class. And she said, "You haven't read this, have you?" It was, I've told you the story before, it was Richard II. She said, "You haven't read this." I said, "No, I know I haven't. I never said I did." You can't do that. You can't study in English literature and not read the set text. I said, "I got an A. Apparently I can." Oh. Bushy and Bago, the garden scene, that's all you needed. If you've got a flexible mind, then, I mean, how do people write fiction? How do people write fiction? You know, just apply fiction to an English A level. It's not difficult. That always struck me. That always struck me is that, okay, now, in economics, which is what I studied, economics and law, were my degree subjects. Now, admittedly, there you've got to know what you're talking about. You need to know case law. You need to know, blah blah blah. But when it comes to something like English lit, you're not going to waste your time revising on that, are you? Because any question is only going to ask you for an opinion, and the question will almost certainly give you all of the information that you need to know. So, I can't remember, it's 50 years ago. Consider the garden scene. What do you think that what do you think the motivations were of so and so and so and so? And what do you think Shakespeare was trying to engender by giving the characters this, blah, 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 right? They're asking you for an opinion, and all you've got to do is write it well. It doesn't have to be based on any actual factual knowledge or genuine insight. It just has to be a well-written opinion. Well, guess what? I can write a well-written opinion about anything, whether I've seen it, know anything about it or not, because I can write. And to me, that's what English literature is about. So, personally, I think I did better getting an A in English literature without reading the text than people who did read the text and got an A. I think I did a better job. And there's a risk of repeating myself. I also didn't read The French Lieutenant's Woman, John Fowles. John Fowles? Yeah, John Fowles, wasn't it? And to this day, I haven't read it. That was another set text for my A level. Never read it. Had no interest. Now, the one that I did read was Thomas Keneally, Schindler's Ark, which, of course, became a film, Schindler's List. Now, I did read that one because I had a modicum of interest in it. But then I wrote, just for shits and giggles, and I actually researched it a bit. Obviously, the book and the subsequent film were so horrendously skewed and biased towards Schindler, Oscar Schindler. And I took objection to that because although, morally on a very broad basis, you would always say that Schindler was the good guy and Eamon Goeth was the bad guy. I thought, well, it's a bit more nuanced than that, isn't it? Okay, Schindler did a nice thing, but he did it for financial gain, not out of anything else. And in his personal life, he was an absolute bastard. He was a terrible husband and a terrible father, an absolute bastard. It just happened to suit him to do a nice thing. Whereas Eamon Goeth, in his personal life, with his family, was a nice man. He was a good husband and a good father. And he was caught up in Nazi Germany. And as peer pressure goes, you don't get much more peer than that. And he died a horrible death because when they executed him, they had to have about 5 goes at it before they actually killed him. They made a right old hash of it. So I wrote a really scathing essay on Canale's work, and I claimed that he was, well, I think I called him racist. I think. And I just said that, you know, it was a semi-literate work that deliberately avoided any nuance or true insight into a genuine situation. Clearly written just to become a film, and yeah. I was a contrary little so-and-so. Well, not so little. When I was doing my A-levels, I was the size I am now, but except slimmer. I was asked not to loom over people. I've just remembered that. We were in a queue for something, and a girl said to me, "Would you mind not looming over me?" And I thought, I'm just standing here. I'm in a queue. I'm next to you. I can't help being the height I am. I'm not deliberately looming over you. I just happen to be taller than you. Anyway, there you go. There you go. Anyway, back to Radio 2. So you'd come back for Steve Wright in the afternoon. I can't remember who used to be on at 5. I know it was Chris Evans at one point, and obviously nobody in their right mind would listen to that bloody ginger whinger. Ugh, great old man. Did well for himself, though. I can't remember who it was before. Has somebody told me in the comments? And I can't remember who it was afterwards. Let me have a look at the comments after we've told Jesus to bog right off. Exactly, Quirch Pumpkin. First time Boaty's had a second coming in a long time. Absolutely. Oh, you are here, Jen. Hello. Oh. How much would you sell the table and chairs for? I'm interested. I like them. I like them too. I'd quite like to keep them, to be honest with you. But if you're willing to find a way to get them out of here, then make me an offer. Because this table ain't going out without some work. I remember getting it in 11 years ago. It wasn't easy. Has anybody told me who it was at 5 o'clock? Correct, Sarah Parsons. It is Shisham wood with Jolly ironwork. And I have the matching table as my coffee table in the front parlour. How come you only had the yellow bit of the eggs, Boaty? Because they're the only bits you're supposed to eat. The French Lieutenant's Woman is overrated. I never read it. I wouldn't know. Oh, Tonic is off to sleep. Good night, my friend. Jonathan, I can't read that. I can't read that. I can't read that either, the James World. That's funny. That is funny. Oh my God, you're on fire, you lot. Oh, no, it's Right. Nobody's told me who it was at 5 o'clock. But anyway, basically, when Steve Wright finished at 5 o'clock, then you left Radio 2 then and you turned over to Radio 4, because obviously at 5 o'clock you've got PM. And then you've got all the good stuff. You've got the 6 o'clock news. You've got the 6:30 comedy. You've got the Archers. Sorry, Weinberg. And you've got all that wonderful stuff. Now, the point I was trying to make was that it all dwindled away. Wogan was assassinated by a BBC hitman. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to get sued or whacked, assassinated by the BBC. But basically, Wogan tried to retire. He had a good retirement package with the BBC. They were having to pay him a lot of pension, a lot of money, so they assassinated him, sadly. And if you doubt me, then all you need to do is take a little trip. I'll come with you to Llandudno and take a trip halfway up the Great Orme, and you will find St. Tudno's Church. Now, I don't know why, but that is where the BBC, they're known as the section, the part of the BBC that deal with people that need to be quietened down, put away, sectioned, put away in a mental institution, or worst case scenario, they are assassinated. And that's where all of the bodies end up. So you'll see them all there. Oh God, that's another comment on that bloody video. It'll be something mad, I can't be asked. So you'll see them all. Ronnie Corbett, Bruce Forsyth, Wogan, they're all there. They're all at St. Tudno's. It's sad. Many would argue, some, if not many, would argue that it's wrong. That it's wrong that a beloved British establishment organisation, the BBC, that we've relied on in good times and in bad, that we've trusted, would kind of heartlessly eliminate their stars. I'm not saying that I approve of it. I'm amazed Ken Bruce escaped. I don't know. He must have made some financial arrangement, because as far as I know, they've let him live. Although, I don't listen to him in whatever station he's on now, so I could be wrong. Anyway, the point was that one by one, Radio 2 slipped away. So, Wogan was whacked, replaced by that dreadful Chris Evans. So that's gone. So Radio 2 until 9 o'clock or 9:30, wasn't it? That's gone. But you had Ken Bruce. But then, I can't remember what order, but Ken Bruce went. Steve Wright was assassinated. Or possibly ate himself to death. That might not be the BBC's fault. He might have eaten himself into an early grave, that chap. And then suddenly, all you were left with were weekly things. So, having listened to BBC Radio 2 every day, suddenly there were only 2 things a week that I listened to. So, you've got Lisa Tarbuck on a Saturday night, and you've got Paul O'Grady on a Sunday night. Lisa, 6 till 8 Saturday. Paul O'Grady, 5 till 7 Sunday. Then they whacked Paul O'Grady, so he's gone. and then you've just got 2 hours on a Saturday night. And now Lisa's gone. And I loved that show. So that's it. Radio 2 is now over for me. And that's quite a sad day. So let's raise a glass to the memories of Radio 2 when it was worthwhile. Cheers. And cheers to all of you dear departed, assassinated legends. You are sadly missed by us, but you weren't missed by the BBC assassins. They got you right in the middle of the crosshairs, sadly. Right. Oh, we've got some more doings. We'll do them in order.
Boaty, dear boy.
Hello.
Pound that box as if you had an anal swab.
Hey, don't do that. Klaus Anal Schwab. God. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. How is an unprofessional broadcaster supposed to survive that? Right, it's a pounding from the lovely Simone. Hooked on Classics, of course, community channel and all that. Right, second pounding. We've had the second coming. Now we'll have the second pounding. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look, it popped right back up. Oh, it's gone. It has gone. Right, who's next? Oh, hello. Hello. Strap in, chaps.
Oi, Boaty Boos.
Hello.
You useless scrounging twonk. I'm here. So how dare you say I'm not here?
I didn't know.
I suggest you give that box a good old double pounding.
A double pounding?
As I like a good pounding and a very vigorous shuffle.
Lovely.
Twat.
Oh, Lordy. Well, I'll tell you this, darlings. When a penny licker demands a double pounding, guess what? They get it in no uncertain terms. Here you go, Jen. Are you sure you can cope with this at midnight on a Friday night? Here we go. Oh, let's do it simultaneously. Right. Oh, no, I can't do it. There's not enough room. There's not enough room for a double penetration. I suppose that, well, we can try it. Oh, hang on. One's gone in. One's gone in. It's a bit stuck. Oh, this double penetration lark is hard work, isn't it? Oh, right. It's gone in a bit. Oh, right. One has now gone totally in, but the other one is still sticking out a bit. Hasn't quite managed to worm its way fully inside. But give it time. There we go. There we go. Jen's double penetration has been successfully achieved. A well-deserved round of applause, I feel. Ah, we've got another one. My God, we're on fire here.
Hiya, Boaty.
Hello.
I have a hedgehog of truth question for you, if that's okay.
Yes.
The
good.
question is, what is a fun fact that most people don't know about you?
Oh, God. I haven't got a clue because I tell you everything. You've got me there. You've genuinely got me there because I've told you everything there is to know about me about 17 times over. I don't know what else there is. Something you lot don't know about me. Oh my God, you know everything. Peter P knows more than I know about me. And a fun fact, God, oh Lord. Well, it's not a fun fact, but it's something that just popped into my head for a weird reason. My grandmother was a diarist. She wrote a very detailed diary every night for most of her life, partly in Welsh, partly in English. And when she sadly passed away, I can't remember if it was when she passed away or when my grandfather, who outlived her, passed away. We were going through the cottage and were looking at her diaries, and there were so many of them, and they were so detailed. So out of interest, and this is me and my dad doing this, I can't remember if Mags was there as well. Can't remember. But I went to the 14th of January 1971, which was the day that I was born, to see what the daily diary was. Daily diary, that's my thing. But it was her thing as well, except hers was written, not a vlog. And the bit I remember was the opening line, which was something like, "This should have been the happiest day of my life, but in fact, it's the worst." And then went on to describe my birth as the lowest point in her life. Nice to be welcomed, isn't it? That's the kind of thing that, and I had a father who always told me, not with any venom or anything like that. He just stated it as a fact because it was true, that I never wanted children, and I was horrified when your mother got pregnant with you, and then I was even more horrified when it went full term. And I think, great, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Grandma. Glad I came along to make your life an absolute misery. That's not a fun fact, is it? But you might not have known that. I can't think of anything that you lot don't know about me, because I've told you everything. I can't think of anything that I've not told you. No, there really isn't much. I don't think there's anything. I mean, if I really thought about it, there'd probably be some mundane, boring things, but anything that's remotely fun or interesting or shameful or boastful, I've told you. As you know, I'm hideously indiscreet. So there you go. That is my hedgehog of truth answer. She did Peter P. How do you remember that? How do you remember that I shagged the housekeeper? Yes, that was in there. That was in there. But I mean, she took me to task about that. I didn't need to read the diary to know about that. She took me to that. I can't believe that you remembered that. When did I even tell you about that? Oh my God, yes, that was a thing. My grandmother always had staff, and Yeah, when I was staying there, it was when my grandfather had gone off on a Paris reunion. My grandfather was an RSM in Paris, and he'd gone off on a reunion in Greece or something. And I was dispatched to Welsh Wales, spend the time with my lovely grandmother, who I adored and who adored me. Sorry, Grandma. That's true. That she did say that in the diary, but you've got to understand that that was in a slightly different time. And my grandmother and my grandfather was colonial Raj. He was brought up in India from an army family. And to them, they weren't racist as such. You know, they lived in India. My grandfather spoke fluent Hindi all of his life. But because of the way things were at that time in that part of the world, if you were white British, brought up in the Raj, then you were the white British. And anybody who was dark-skinned were your servants. They were your tea walla or whatever, or your dabba walla. So when their son got involved with a dark-skinned woman, they were horrified, because it's like their son, this white, who should have been a white colonial boy, is shagging one of the servants. And then when he married her and there was a child, well, I was a disgrace, wasn't I? Because I was the result of their son, in their eyes, shagging one of the house staff, lower caste, all of that kind of thing. So, it was a disgrace, and they were appalled, because that was the only way that they could see it. My mother was, bless her, she was what she was. And that meant that it was just unthinkable to them. We wouldn't think about it now. Of course we wouldn't. Thank God we live in more enlightened times. And I don't blame them. That's just the culture that they were brought up in. You live in India, you're white British, you're blah, 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 and you have dark-skinned people who are your servants. And obviously, you don't marry them and get them pregnant and have a dark-skinned baby. So my grandfather was horrified when he first saw my mother. They were totally against the relationship. They hated it. And then when I came along, I was the proof that my father had done a dreadful thing in their eyes. That's the one thing I will give my old man some credit for. In a time when the world was a lot more racist, and the UK was a lot more racist than it was now, I love the fact, I don't glory in my father's violence and in the things that he did, except when it comes down to racist issues and the fact that, my mother was refused service at the Village Inn in Beeley because we don't serve coloureds. And my father, rather than, on those occasions, and certainly on that occasion, rather than trying to introduce some debate on, togetherness and acceptance and tolerance and racial tolerance and all of that, my father just allowed his base feelings to come out and just, and just, I don't know how to say it without it sounding awful, but yeah, if my dad was with my mum somewhere and a comment was made, a racial comment was made, or if service was refused, my dad tended not to argue for too long and would just thump somebody. And bear in mind, that's what my dad did for a living. So if he thumped you, he did it properly. And honestly, I approve of that. But then my mother was not averse to that either. I've told you all before that my mother, a wonderful person, had a very violent streak. I remember her telling me she met a guy somewhere in a pub, bar, club, whatever, and they were doing a slow dance, it was all going very well, and it was all getting quite, touchy-feely and all of that. And he said something like, I can't remember what she said, but it was something like, I've never touched or danced with or been intimate with or whatever a coloured woman before, and something, and just something to, and my mum sort of smiled at him, held him away, and then kicked him in the balls with full force. I can't remember exactly how she told it to me, but there was something there. And yeah, she was smooching with this guy, and he said whatever it was he said, and she just smiled at him, held him lovingly at the right distance, and hoofed him in the bollocks mercilessly, and then went in with a... When he went down, she followed him down and gave him a... Oh, my mother was terrible. Her nickname was Slosh, because she would always say, I'll slosh you one. And God almighty. How did I end up like I am? I had the two most violent parents in the world. I've told you all the stories. My mother was terrible. My dad, you had to really, it had to be like a gang thing, if it was work, if it was a gang thing, and it was against another gang where everybody knew what the score was, and so it was all okay. It's not a civilian, it's gang to gang. Then my dad would always do whatever he needed to do without a second thought, without compunction. But outside of that, in like civilian life, you would really have to goad my dad to get him to lose his rag. And when he did lose his rag, it was very quick, because, he would just, and it's all over. But you'd have to really goad him, because fundamentally he was a sweet intellectual soul, as was my mum in a way, but she had a much shorter fuse. You didn't have to do much to, even when she was so, oh my God, even when she, another one just sprung to mind. London, and it was London. It was a show somewhere flash. I wasn't there. This is my mum telling me, and she would have been in my age at least, if not older, mid-50s, late 50s. Went to a show in London with somebody, and there was a bomb scare or a fire scare or something, and they all got evacuated, and they were all outside on the street. So Mum sparked up a fag, didn't she? Except that Mum did it in the posh way. She always used a cigarette holder, quite a long one, and always did. It wasn't an affectation. It was just her. That's what she did. There was always a cigarette holder about that length. So, okay, they've been evacuated. They're out in the street. And so Mum, obviously, okay, right, happy days, out in the street, whatever, I'll light a fag. So the holder comes out, the cigarette goes in, it's lit, puff, puff. And somebody turned round and said something like, but quite offensively, you know, you shouldn't be smoking. I don't smoke. I don't want you, blah, blah, blah. Now, they're out in the street. Somebody could have just moved away. And that was ages ago now. It's not in these violent, non-smoking times. And Mum just got a lighter back out and said, well, you can either move away if my smoke offends you, or I will set your hair on fire, and held out the lighter. Oh, God, love it. Oh, you've got to love that. Oh, bless her. Anne Lucy Hughes, née Slatcher. And oddly enough, when I got back from Spain last week, I had to do everything has changed. I'm not familiar with it now. And I had to do some wild round the houses things to get from the airport, BHX, Birmingham Airport, onto the M42 heading north. And that took me, ironically, to my family's village, Curdworth, where my mother was born, where my brother is buried, where my paedophile great uncle, it's where all the family were. I have nothing to do with them. I despise my family, with the exception of cousin Helen. And I remember thinking I needed to get back to the restaurant, come back from Spain, blah, blah, blah. But I thought I'll come back and I'll have another go at finding my brother's grave, because Mark, my elder brother, because he was a bastard, he was the loveliest boy that the world has ever produced. But technically he was a bastard. He was buried in an unmarked grave. And because he was given to the paedophile, as was my mother and as was I, and the family controlled that, then when he died, my mother wasn't allowed to know where he was buried. And my mother died not knowing where he was buried. And I had a good go when I was a sentient, successful adult at applying a bit of pressure and finding out where he was buried, because I wanted my mum to be able to put flowers on his grave, not on a general area in a graveyard. Because he was born out of wedlock, he had an unmarked grave. That's what I understand it to be. I suspect the family had something to do with that. One of these days, I'll have another go, and I'll see if I can find out where Mark, who I adored, actually is, or, you know. And that's one of those boxes that I don't open, because we were tremendously close, and that's somewhere that I can't go, because most of my problems come from that. to be honest. Anyway, let's not go there. But I will do it one of these days. Right, look at the time, look at the time, look at the time. Right, start saying your good night, darlings, because I'll whiz through some comments. I've kind of, all right, this has gone a bit. Right, okay. Oh yeah, I got to that, didn't I? Did you write about you shagging the housekeeper? I didn't finish that, did I? Yeah. So yes, when I was staying with Grandma, Granddad was on the thing, somewhere in Greece, and there was a lady, girl, housekeeper type thing, and she was, and yeah, I did. I don't deny it. Yes. Yeah, I did. And my grandmother was horrified because not only was she, serving classes, she was from the wrong end of the village. She was from the new bit of the village, right down at the bottom with the council houses. That was outrageous. Oh, never known my grandmother so upset with me. Ridiculous now, isn't it? Ridiculous. She was lovely. She was lovely. Rhiannon, she was. And yeah. But yeah, my grandmother was outraged. Pete does remember everything. He forgets nothing. Oh, good evening, Phil. Absolute shag is a shag. I don't have the phone number, but have a hedgehog of truth question. There is a person who asks a question and a person who answers that question. But which one did you learn more from, Q or A? I don't even understand that. I don't know. I don't understand the question. Must be too late at night. Stay put, Boaty. The comments are still flowing in on that video. I thought they might. I know what I'm going to do, by the way. I do know what I'm going to do. But I was potentially open to having my mind changed. So I thought I'd put it out there. But I know what I'm going to do. And those of you who really, really, really know me, you all know what I'm going to do as well, don't you? You do. I know you do. Hedgehog of Truth, why are you scared to live in the caravan? It's really small. It hasn't got a bath. There's no washing machine, and I can't fit this table into it. And the freezer is really small. Oh, Michelle Lamy, good evening. Oh, Chesterfield as well. Is that your first comment? I don't remember you before. He was, yes. Chesterfield here. Love watching you drive through the roads I know. Don't understand why you can't find a good woman. I found lots of good women. Lots of good women. Just none of them are interested in being in a relationship with me. Quite understandably. Who can blame them? And welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm triggering Alexa, apparently. Oh, more comments flying in on that video. Oh, right. Right. Okay. What time is it? Oh, gosh, it's quite late. Tonight's been fun. I've rather enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I've gone off topic a bit, but bless you all for staying up late. And thank you for just being there and making my life more enjoyable and more manageable and more wonderful. And yeah, thank you all for just being there and being a joy. Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night. So I'm going to sod off. I'm tired. I was up really early this morning, believe it or not. And I've been to NETTY, I've been to ROGERBOTTY, I've done stuff, I've taken stuff, yeah, and been to work. Let's not forget. Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a good day tomorrow. May the new day bring joy, may it bring pleasure. At the very least, may it be manageable. The candle will be relit. Oh, and thank you for the gifted memberships. Welcome to the new channel members. The candle will be relit, you big puff, tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Late one, 11:30, here at Windy Bum for another couple of weeks. And then, yeah. In the meantime, can't wait to see you then. In the meantime, all the love in the world from me. And on that note, get ready for the community climax. On that note, are you getting revved up? Pachoo! And indeed, fastest finger first. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bosh! Good night, darlings. See you tomorrow.